Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tucker from Matt Kite, and today we're going to talk about how to do the Duck Tack to Toeside. So from heel side ending in Toeside, we'll be carving upwind, and that will be our Duck Tack to Toeside. So this trick is really awesome. It's tons of fun. It keeps you blasting upwind without losing any ground, and it's also going to lay the groundwork for some more advanced tricks, such as the Duck Tack with a stance change, as well as carving 360s. Those are some of my favorites. Tons of fun and always a crowd pleaser. So this is going to lay the groundwork and build some skills for that. Some prerequisites for this trick are some of our previous videos, really. You want to be able to nail the heel side to toe side jibe downwind with no stance change, and then the toe side to heel side jibe. Be comfortable with those with a down loop transition. That's really gonna get you more comfortable, bring your skill set a little higher, where you're gonna be ready to tackle this trick. As always, with learning new tricks, we recommend a helmet and an impact vest, just in case something does go wrong. You're protecting yourself, and when you're learning new stuff, occasionally that does happen. So if you've watched our videos before, you know to click the eye icon up in the right hand corner of the video. That's going to take you to a written blog, printable steps, as well as links to the rest of the transition videos once those are completed. Lastly, what you're going to want to bring to the beach, if you have multiple wing sets for your foil, are your larger wings. It's going to provide you with some more stability on the foil, especially at slower speeds, and it's going to allow you to complete this trick without an excessive amount of speed that kind of puts you in a compromising or uncomfortable position. So rig those big wings, get that more stability, increase that lift, and just make it life easier. And then you can progress to faster, smaller wings once you really tackle the trick on the larger, more comfortable wings at a lower rate of speed. So coming into this trick, as always, you want to get out there, get comfortable with your normal stuff riding around. Come in with a decent amount of speed. You want enough speed to be able to carry your momentum upwind, but not so much speed that you're not feeling comfortable making a tight radius turn, or you can't make a tight enough radius turn without leaning back really far. First thing you want to do is go into your turn. You're heading towards your tack. Figure out where you want to do it. Bring that kite up. As you bring the kite up, when it's almost to noon, start a hard carve upwind. When you do that, don't lean back like this, like you want to do a back roll, because you're trying to avoid your lines. Don't lean back. You're going to want to continue your momentum, looking upwind, centered over your board. Stay centered. As you begin to turn that, push your bar up. Don't hold it in tight. Dump the power in the kite. That'll allow the kite to rise a little higher in the sky. It's also going to allow you to bring your hands up closer to your head. So when your hands are closer to your head, just follow around like this, pushing your hands forward through the turn as you carve upwind. That's going to kind of bring your bar and lines around your head. So bring the kite up, push out, carve up, and do one of these maneuvers. And that's going to put you in a good position. Keep your body weight forward. You want to do all that in a really fluid motion. Be confident with it. Don't be sketchy about it, because you do have to make that turn and keep your momentum. When you get about halfway through the turn, or maybe a little bit further than halfway, your kite's going to be up at noon, and that's going to put you in a position where you can best carve around those lines. Once you get about halfway, you want to start your loop. So you're going to loop the kite, you bring your kite up, and then as you're carving, pull on that back hand, and it's going to begin your loop to get you out of that with some more momentum. Now, if you're riding with a fair amount of speed, you might not need to loop. That's going to pull you through the rest of the turn. Or if you're just heading the kite in the other direction, the kite's going to give you a burst of power. Continue in the other direction. You're just going to need to correct it so it doesn't crash into the water, because you do need a pretty good power stroke to finish, because as you're coming around your turn, you're going to lose almost all of your speed by the time you get going in the opposite direction. So be sure, start that loop at the right time, commit to it, and get ready to go. And that's going to help you pull right out of there and do it in the right way, heading toe side. So as you complete that turn, as with any foil transition, get ready to get back on your front foot. You'll be riding toe side at this time, so it can be a little harder. It makes you want to almost go on your back foot riding toe side sometimes, but Be sure you got weight on your front foot. Get ready to counter that lift as you accelerate in the opposite direction, because you will accelerate once that kite kicks in. All that efficiency from the foil rolls in and you're gonna just accelerate. So weight on the front foot to make that happen when it does. All right, so for some final trick tips on this video, just some last minute things. If you're finding that you're touching down as you're doing your upwind transition, there's a couple of things going on. You're probably not carrying enough speed into your turn, so you could try to add a little bit more speed. You might need to initiate your loop a little sooner to get that burst of power a little faster in your transition, or you might need to carve a little harder. Most likely, it's kind of a combination of all three, so try to go in with a little bit more speed, make your transition a little faster, and initiate that loop a little sooner or more aggressively to complete that in a faster way with a little bit more power to continue that momentum. Lastly, one of the biggest mistakes that almost everybody makes, and we've already talked about this, is leaning back, trying to get around your lines. So if your kite's up here, you're bringing it here and you're trying to duck around your lines or trying to kind of back roll into it. Unless you've got a really long mast and really fast wings going really fast, you shouldn't be leaning back. You should be centered over your board, driving upwind, just like if you're doing S turns downwind. You're gonna just drive it up. Be sure to keep your hands high so you can dump the power in the kite, get upwind with it, and loop that kite around, drive forward with your hands like that. That's really gonna put your body in a good position over your front foot, driving in the right direction, getting those lines around where you can complete this trick with some easy success. As always, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put those in the section below. We'd love to hear how you guys have been doing with these, how you're progressing, and maybe some other trick tips you'd like to see in the near future. We'll do our best to get to them. Be sure to click the eye icon in the upper right-hand corner, and that's going to take you to our written blog with printable steps so you can take those to the beach to conquer your next trick. Feel free to give us a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to our video. As always, we appreciate it. Till next week, we'll see you.